Hello, let's talk about the current paradigm and what's going on with 3D and 5D. We have a lot going on just like as a nation and internationally with what's going on with these earthquakes and the earth responding to things. Give me 1 second, I'm going to post this video and I'll get started. If you have any questions, just type them below, and if you want to know anything about your life, just be really specific. If you're asking something about like your own personal life or whatever, the more specific you are, the better I can answer it. Give me 1 second, I'm going to share this. All right, one more. All right, good morning. We have a lot going on. I saw Japan got hit with another earthquake. That wasn't so hot. New Zealand right after that got hit again with another earthquake. Just really crazy things. I didn't go live yesterday. I was feeling a lot of, it's 30 degrees here, and I was feeling a lot of that energy from what's going on in Standing Rock. I'm very upset over it because I know there are people on many levels outside freezing right now. Well, I might be inside and I might be warm. There are homeless people, there are people in Standing Rock. There's just a lot of turmoil going on. And I have a lot of empathy for these situations because they don't seem to be getting any better. They seem to be getting kind of worse progressively. I think it's really interesting, the link that Kevin just put on my page about the Earth's vibration. He basically said that the Earth is purging lower vibrations, and I really can agree with that because that's what I'm doing in my life. I am purging and getting rid of things that are not serving me. You can kind of see this with the toxins coming out of my skin. So I'm always really in sync with the Earth. I'm a Taurus, I'm an Earth sign. I have a really strong connection with the Earth and nature as a whole. So I can always tell if the Earth isn't feeling well, if the Earth's sick, what's going on. Like, I'm very affected by like chemtrails, just anything like pollution, whatever. So I can really feel this stuff deeply. I've always been one with everything, trees, nature, whatever. So I can really just feel what's going on really deeply. And it might be purging lower vibrations, but also when people are living in disharmony and not getting along, the Earth really does respond in a natural disaster sort of way. So it doesn't help that there's so much disharmony going on, like with that moon that we just had. There were a lot of like Trump protests, you know, Standing Rock, whatever. There's just a lot of disharmony. You really have to be blind to not agree with that. We're having crazy wars over religions that aren't even really real. Like, we're having crazy things just go on a collective level. And let me talk to you a little bit about that. When stuff is going on with any group of people, as much as you may distance yourself, that's going to affect you. Like, we're all very deeply connected. When someone else is hurting across the world, you can feel it in a kind of a crazy way. We only have one collective consciousness. So this really is impacting us all. So you can distance yourself from these events, you can distance yourself from the war going on, whatever it is, but it's really affecting all of us very deeply. That's why there's so many of us that are trying to raise awareness, raise consciousness. I personally think that knowledge is being held in high places, very high places, and I don't like that. I don't like it. I think this is going to be solved by knowledge. I think that we came here to experience as many things as possible, and the fact that this kind of spiritual knowledge is being held in places of hierarchy, I don't really agree with it. So that's why I try to share my perspective and help a little. I've yet to unlock all the knowledge in my DNA, much as you guys. But as we do that, it's really amazing to see so many people on the same mission. And I also want to like touch base on that too. Really, for so long, I was not on the spiritual path, as you want to put it. I was doing what I was supposed to, and I was exactly where I should have been, but I wasn't to that point yet, even though I was like I was always on a spiritual path since I was born, but I was very misguided with it, such as many people are. I was looking in churches and religious institutions and places where you're not going to find any knowledge or enlightenment. So much like everyone else, I was on that spiritual path, but I was not living my purpose. I was not living my mission. I was not fulfilling it in any way. That can be very depressing. Like a lot of people are dealing with anxiety and depression. Like if you're sick in any way or depressed or anxious, that's like the last resort. That's the universe saying, look, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Trust me, your higher self does not want you sick in any capacity. It does not help things. So you really are not listening. It's the universe trying to like tell you you're way off. Like, and people should be depressed. For so long, I was the first one. I was a little kid being taken to the doctor, right? The 14-year-old being handed a bunch of medications for depression and stuff. So I know where that path leads, and I found out later on there's nothing wrong with me. I should have been depressed. The world is not an ideal place. So for those of you that think it's you and that we're in this golden age and everything's so great, take a look around. Maybe you need to look more deeply in yourself, because you're meant to be depressed. You're meant to be anxious, not on the level where so many normal people are like running around like wind-up dolls and anxious and nervous, but you shouldn't be overall happy with everything you're seeing. It should have some kind of like, maybe the world isn't right. Maybe it's not me. Maybe it's the world that's, you know, something's wrong with it. So just know that you should be, that's like a normal part of this experience. You're going to go through those periods. People go through that dark night of the soul. I did. But I also went through that anxious little phase years before that. And when I took medications, all it did was keep me in that state and prolong that state of anxiety. So really, if I had just stayed natural and medication free, I would have just moved gracefully right through that period and moved along. But no, I did what society teaches us, and I went to the doctor and prolonged it. So really, the goal is to get rid of anything not serving us. These medications are no longer serving us. I don't care what you take it for. I don't care if they tell you if you stop taking this heart pill, you will die tomorrow. I would probably research it very carefully before I just came off any medications. I'm not advising you just to like quit any medications cold turkey, but the goal is eventually to be medication free. You've been lied to. Your body does not work the way you think. You do not need these medications. They're making you sick, and they're breaking down your body from the inside out. They are creating holes in your aura, and they're keeping us stuck as a society. Why do you think pharmaceuticals are pumped into our lives on a daily basis? I don't care if it's Tylenol, Motrin, Advil, it could be Adderall, it could be, what about the heroin everywhere? These drugs, I was watching a show on these synthetic drugs that the government is pushing all over our streets that are killing like younger kids now. They have a whole bunch of synthetic drugs that were government made, kind of like LSD was government made, if you guys don't recall. So it is the government that's dumping these drugs onto our streets and pushing them on us and our kids. I think that maybe people need to look a little deeper. Now that I'm into like alternative medicine, I realize that the body works so much more simpler. And instead of going to a doctor, you should probably look into what chakra you have blocked and what you can do to remove that block and heal yourself completely. I'm one to tell you that it doesn't matter what you're sick with or how extreme it is. I've had stage 3 cancer. I've broken 40 bones in my body. I've had really crazy health effects. I could go on and on. Actually, I have like a crazy list like that. So I don't care how extreme your situation is. Healing is a lot more simple and a lot easier. A lot of any kind of ailment is spiritual and base. We just really have to kind of take a step back, because if we want to change things on a collective level. Now, there's a difference. Like, I'm not going to go out and I'm not going to be able to stop all this stuff. I'm not going to be able to really make an impact, so I don't try. So what I did was I worked on what I could control, which is transforming myself. I can change myself. I can become the person that I'm meant to be. But what can I do to help shift this entire consciousness? Well, for me, I'm trying to share love. I'm trying to teach love. That is my religion, love. If you want to sum it up, pretty much, what is God? Love. It is a source energy, but it gravitates to places where love is present. So you're going to have more source energy prevalent in places with a lot of love. Places with those lower emotions, not so much. So the goal is to get close to God. That's what we're all here for. And what is your mission? You're a light worker in some capacity. It doesn't matter where you're from. There's so many people here. Some of us are starseeds, angelics, elementals, as in fairies. I know a mermaid. There's people from everywhere that are here to help. But one basic label that fits everyone is you guys are light workers. It's really hard to do that though when you haven't found your light, if you're in that darkness state. So just know that is everyone's purpose, that everyone's mission. It's to help others in some way. It's to be service of others in some way. It is very bad to be service of self. I'll touch base on that too. Type some questions because I am going to get to them when I'm done with my rant. Let's talk about this service of self and service of others. Now, when I say that I was service of self, I would always try to help people. I was the one that would go out of my way to try to help my friends, help people, whatever. I was always like, it's kind of like in my DNA. So that was always the case, but I wouldn't go about it the right way. I was kind of like misguided myself, trying to help, making things worse, just wrapping myself up in the situation, which didn't help anyone. So now I've kind of like learned that, and I'm not the type to go rush and try to help. I'm the type that will help from afar. But I would say I was service of self because my motives were only centered around myself. That's the problem with a lot of these addictions. They can make people very service of self without even trying. I do know, like, my twin flame's mom is very service of self, but she's always trying to like act like she's helping him. And maybe she does try, but in her way she's very misguided. So she's still very service of self. So just really try to like figure out what you want to do to be service of others in some way. Because I believe that, like, this is like a chain reaction. I really deeply believe, like, I don't know if you guys have had that really kind of shitty day where some car just like cuts you off and right in front of you, and then like you're in a bad mood and you just kind of like, you know, go home and maybe give someone an attitude or whatever. It's very contagious, this negative energy. But guess what is also contagious? Love and positivity. Maybe I can give you a little bit of spark that'll like lift you up a little bit and give you just kind of a better day, and that feels amazing to me. This light is meant to be shared. It's not meant to be hoarded in high places. We're supposed to be spreading it and sharing it, and it's gonna have like a chain reaction. It really is. So I know people are really feeding into that illusion in the third dimension where people are separate, but I assure you we're very deeply connected. Most of you watching this might recognize me as your soul family. We don't just come here alone. I know they teach you that we come here and we're all alone our whole lives. Yes, you do have to do a lot of this mission alone. That's so you can find yourself. We're trying on different roles and getting rid of things that aren't serving us and our personality to become our higher selves. That's what this process is. But I assure you, the people in your lives, your family members, you've met them all before in past lives. Like, people should be familiar to you at this point. Like, that's why you really just want to try to make this your last life. You really want to try to learn in higher dimensions. You don't want to be in that 3D paradigm anymore because it's very painful, that separateness. Like, you go through grief, loss, pain. It's just really dense and painful. Like, you just really don't want to stay there. So the goal is you want to work at raising your vibration. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. I just posted a picture of me. I saw it like 2 years ago when I was on drugs, and I've come very far since then, but yet I'm not that far. I feel like I at least maybe check back in a year and I'll have my vibration a little bit better where it should be. It's not something that's just going to happen overnight. Like, I think I'll work at raising my vibration. It's really high today. It's something that has to happen gradually and slowly. So those that are raising their vibration with the earth are going to be at a really good place. I've been doing this, you know, I've been raising my vibration since then for like at least a year steady. I've been on my path. Very careful about what I put in my body. Just really, I just basically changed everything. And then, speaking of addiction, let's talk about sugar. Let's talk about sugar, which would be worse than any drug. As in white sugar, like the kind you put in your Kool-Aid, white sugar. Let's just talk about that a little bit, because I think that's pretty much worse than heroin for your body. That's why it's in everything. You're gonna need to get rid of certain things, like just completely get rid of them. I would say sugar is one of them. you're at least going to start to eat less of it, because your body is just going to crave real food. It's going to need more nutrients. Like, as a light worker, you're actually burning you're burning different kind of you need more protein. Basically, you're burning protein as a light worker. Compassion burns protein, so you're gonna need a lot more protein. That's why at this point I'm not able to go vegan, like as in completely eliminate meat, because I'm burning a lot of protein, and I don't think I will be able to get those same nutrients by doing that at all. So just for me personally, I'm not able to do that. I really commend anyone who's able to do that. Just be really aware that we're burning more protein, and you need, like, if you're vegan, you need a fat substitute, a vitamin B supplement, and a protein source. But we're all gonna need to take in more protein in some kind of form. So just be aware of that, because compassion really is burning protein, so you're going to need more of it. Just really work on getting rid of sugar, like completely eliminating it from your diet, anything. So we replaced it with honey and sugar in the raw. It's an easy fix. You can go from white sugar to sugar in the raw, and it's so much better for you. Just be really aware of that. And try to, like, eliminate breads. I tell everyone to stop eating Pop-Tarts, cereal, and breads, only because they're sprayed with Monsanto Roundup, and they're really not good for you. You're gonna definitely, people are gonna notice that you're gonna need more liquids. I've heard someone say, oh, you're not going to need food or liquids. I don't need as much food, but I definitely need more liquids. I'm starting to notice my body mainly running on like liquids. Just drink a lot more. I'm going to get to questions now. Be really specific if you're asking about something in your life. Blessed sober. Well, it doesn't matter. You can take that same application and put it to whatever you're struggling with in your life. We all came here with issues. That's why I like to refer to this place as Prison Planet. That's really what it is. It's a school, so we can work on ourselves, but really it's a prison planet, and we should be changing if you want to get out of here. So it doesn't matter what your addictions are, because we all have them. I'm very empathic, so I spent most of my young life very easy to influence. Like, very easy, like, because I didn't know the difference between my moods and other people's. I was very lost. So I was very easy to influence with these type of things, but we all have our vices. Maybe you're not that nice to people. Maybe it's booze, maybe cigarettes, whatever it is. You know, it's not always toxins. Maybe it's unhealthy relationships. People are addicted to dating. People are addicted to bad relationships. People get addicted to food. How many of you guys are drinking soda and not eating healthy? Let me think. It really could be whatever it is. Maybe you're spending money on silly things or whatever. I also, you have to remember, we live in a manifest reality, so we block our chakras when we take on these kind of, like, any kind of addictive personality, you know, traits. So just be really careful, because people have the tendency to be addicted to things. We try to fill those holes in ourselves with substances. It could be sex, food, drugs, whatever. We're always trying to fill this, and nothing will ever fill it, I assure you. The reason why you feel so empty is because you're not spiritually as strong as you should be. I don't feel that I'm spiritually as strong as I should have been. So I'm getting there, and I'm working on it every day, and it's amazing, but we're working at being spiritually stronger and, like, just being prepared. I'm working on healing my aura. I tell everyone to make best friends with sea salt, because that's the best thing for your aura. I've been using Himalayan sea salt every day, and it's really amazing. And as a healer, as an empath, I'm constantly taking on other people's energy, as in, I take on, like, at least probably 5 block chakras a day. Just coming in contact with people, just what I'm doing. So I have to be very careful to get those blocks out of my body, or they could manifest into problems for me. So the goal is to keep all of your chakras open and clear all the time. Anytime you're coming into contact with other people, it can affect that. You can take on their blocks. It's something I can physically feel it now, but I couldn't in the past. So just be really conscious of this. You need to clean your energy. Anyone dealing with, like, any kind of negativity that they want to get rid of, get it out of their body, go into nature. It will take all the negativity right out of your body. We don't have enough nature around us. People really were meant to be living in one with nature. I live in Pittsburgh. It's really not a city where people are living in one with nature. There's very little nature. It's not a beautiful city. I really kind of like the cities that are one with nature. That's how it was meant to be. We need to go back to having a relationship with Gaia, with nature, and we need to respect the earth, because I don't think people realize, I know they think they can drink money. They really do. I believe that. Or it's okay for them because they have all this water. They can just buy it with the money, right? What do they care? What do they care? But that water will run out. Like, we're running out. People get really mad when I say this, but we're running out of fresh drinking water. It's not that we're running out of water. We're running out of water that we can drink, and they're not very good chemically at taking salt water and making it pure. So we are running out of clean water, and there's really a monopoly on the drinking water that is left. It was just bought up pretty much in a monopoly. So it's really not good for any of us, especially me, because I'm very concerned about toxins that are being pushed on us via the healthcare system and the food, air, water that we're drinking, breathing, whatever. It's kind of crazy. So I'm a really big advocate for this stuff. Like, I'm pushing for clean water, air, and food. It's not a big deal, right? But it seems to be this day and age. That really seems to be a way of the past. Like, when I was a kid, they used to have, blue skies. Now they're gray. With our last apartment, they literally would spray right above our house every single day, like a total grid pattern. Like, you can't even say, oh, those are contrails, because contrails aren't real. Jets don't leave contrails. So anyone who even says that is just like retarded. Like, no, there's more than proof. They've even come out and say, no, we're spraying, we're trying to help with global warming and whatever. And now it's like to the point, I've seen a lot of like on geoengineering and chemtrail sites where people wrote in letters in other countries and they've said, yeah, well, we're spraying in America. And they meant to sound good, like, oh, we're not spraying here, but they are in other countries. But there's a lot of irrefutable proof about this. It's really crazy. So we really had to fight for clean air, water, and food right now. But it's not going to be like a fight like people think. Like, a lot of people think it's going to be like some revolution that plays out in the streets. It's more, we're trying to fight for our own minds, and we're trying to get control of our minds, because our thoughts are creating the reality we see around us. So if we can get control of our minds, and we can consciously start to manifest, not unconsciously and like on these 3D programs that are just kind of running in the background like on autopilot, we need to start to consciously create what we want to see. And you're going to start to do that by changing your own life, by starting to change the things you're creating in your own life. For so long, I felt like a victim. I felt kind of like bounced around from victim to from situation to situation. I just felt like I felt very little control in my life, but I didn't have a lot of control because I had to get through all these experiences I had programmed. But now I have complete control. I have the knowledge from these experiences, just like you guys do, and now we're trying to like figure out how to put that to use. A lot of the things that we went through that we didn't enjoy, that's going to be how we're going to help people. So I think it's really amazing because let's see, the way I was taught that basically I may as well go kill myself at this point, like 2 years ago, because my life was ruined so bad that I was told basically it's not repairable. It was really easy for my friends and family to throw me away because they were on that conditional love paradigm where, oh, your life isn't going the way we planned it for you, well then we don't want you around. So I was around conditional love. I was very alone, and that's not the way it works. Like, I know that's wishful thinking that people should be like herded around like sheep in this capacity, but every person is valuable, and every person chose to go through these experiences for a reason. So it's really easy to be judgmental when you're sitting in a better place than some people. But it's not good in any capacity, because I'm here to teach those same people that throw me out of their life unconditional love. One day they will come back and they will want my love. And I love people unconditionally. Like, I have love for everyone no matter what. Like, it doesn't matter. You could yell at me today, tomorrow I'll still love you. It doesn't matter. I don't like when people push those kind of boundaries, but I have unconditional love. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for divine love, which is not conditional. It's not like these relationships where oh, I'm gonna treat you like this, control dramas. That is not love. We're kind of looking for like divine love, which is totally different. When you can find that divine love, it's really amazing. That's where I get my light from. It's not from any kind of 3D relationship. It's divine love we're looking for. I don't know. I get my more divine love from my dog than a lot of people. So if you're looking for divine love, you can find that in an animal really easily. A pet, an animal, they're going to love you no matter what. Like, they're always going to love you. That's the kind of love we're looking for, though. I also wanted to touch base on, oh yeah, and then, like, what happens if maybe my flame, we had a really hard time when we met, right? But he was able to see through all of that because we've had a love that has lasted so many centuries of lives. He was able to see through that, thank God. But I think our society would teach people, just go find another flame. They really would. They would say, oh, no, that flame, oh, she's not worth repairing. Go find another one. And that's really where we're at as a society, where that's why it's so hard to date, because everyone is looking for someone perfect and they're not perfect themselves. So they're getting people that are not finished and not complete reflected back because you're not complete. When you're able to complete yourself as a person, and when you're completely done, when you're complete as a person, you will attract complete love. So a lot of these relationships are mirrors. Just know that the end goal is divine love. It's a different kind of template. Now I'm living in a world that has a different kind of operating system. It doesn't have those same 3D limits. And then real quick, let me talk about the dream realm. I would just, today it's like really good ideal situations for dreaming again. I would really try to put your focus on meditating and dreaming and astral traveling and lucid dreaming and stuff like that, because it's really like ideal conditions for that. We're having Thanksgiving Thursday. You notice my enthusiasm. It's a country where this is where we celebrate being thankful, right? I'm not sure for what. I think that they ate with the pilgrims ate with the Indians and then killed them all. So I don't really know, because it seems like it's playing out again, the same kind of taking the land and everything's kind of playing out again. I don't know really what that holiday is even based on, like a lot of the holidays. I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not really sure, but then the next day is Black Friday, where people can go out and kill themselves and trample everyone to go buy a bunch of shit they don't need for Christmas. That sounds great. So I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving, though. I do have, me and my twin flame have 5 days off starting Thursday, so I am excited for Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I really am just not really looking forward to it because of what's going on with Standing Rock. I'm so appalled by it. Like, just appalled by it. Like, it's so cold out. It's 30 degrees here. I can imagine how cold it is there. And really, we're going to play this out. We're going to play out these dramas where you guys can, as in the military, the government and the military can like totally break laws of every kind, of the constitutional laws on humanity, whatever it is. And you guys are okay with this. Like, everyone's okay with this. Like this is really how we're gonna treat the people that live here. The people that I'm pretty sure they came and took America from. Really? So it's really upsetting to me. I'm feeling a lot of emotions. I'm feeling like in 3D, a lot of people are just like anxious and like just real low vibe. Like a lot of people just aren't on this path. I see so many people are, but a lot of people aren't. A lot of people are just like so lost in their own darkness. And I get that everyone has to experience that. But now is really an important time. I feel like maybe those people that aren't in a good place spiritually should be a little bit worried. Like, worried you're gonna see the end and get trapped in that paradigm and go somewhere else to learn for 75,000 more years. I knew that was at stake. I've known that for a year. I've known that since I woke up. I've known just how important this mission is. It was more important that when I look at that picture on Facebook, I assure you that person has died. As in, I am not that person anymore. I completely killed that ego personality, and I am my higher self. I let that into my body and I let that shine through all the time. So I am my higher self talking to you. So I feel like that person died in a lot of ways. I look at anything prior to me waking up like a year ago as the same as I look at a past life. I don't let those experiences define me. I've experienced so many things, not just this life, but in many of my lives I could tell you about. I'm a soldier. That's what I do. I'm a warrior. I'm an indigo. I come here and I fight. My job is to dismantle these corrupt systems. Well, not necessarily the systems, but anything not serving us has to go. So when these systems are at a place where they're not serving us, they have to go and they're going to be dismantled because they're not of light. If they would have chosen, if these governments, these leaders would have chosen the right path and they would be for the people and they would be trying to help the people and they really had our best interest in mind, they would sustain, they would keep going. Our society wouldn't be at this crossroads, but they're not. They're not serving us. It's not hard to tell when you look around that things are off. This is not the golden age yet. I can see it. We're almost there. But when people say how long till we shift, and a lot of people are saying too, like, oh, I think the whole world's gonna shift in 5 months. 3D will be destroyed. Not a lot of time now. I don't like putting time stamps on things because if you're waiting for that, you're gonna be screwed too. Right now, I'm making major shifts in my life. Like this weekend, like all the time. I am always trying to jump timelines. I'm trying to make these shifts with it before this amazing big shift. So if you're waiting for something to happen, well, I've been waiting my whole life for Armageddon, right? We've been living in end times since I was born, probably for a while now. So probably since World War II, pretty much, we've been living in end times. So if you're waiting for this, the world is it's been destroyed as in pull shift, pull flip, but not like in the sense people are thinking. We have to make these shifts in our own personal life, as in what can I control? I can only control myself. So you just get to a point where the world's going to be falling apart around you, like I say, and you're going to be meditating and chilling. So this is really important now that you have your heart chakra completely open. Let's talk about that too. Go ahead and type some more questions. I am going to get to them. I'm on a little bit of a rant. I skipped live yesterday because I was a little bit upset with this energy, and I'll tell you the truth, I was taking on a lot of that cold those people were feeling in Standing Rock. As an empath, I can do that. I was taking on some of that pain and cold, and it wasn't really good, so I didn't go live. I'm back. Let's also talk about, I forgot what I was just going to say. Laws of attraction. That's a good one, Mandy. Go ahead and type some questions though. The laws of attraction, yes. Basically the universe is going to respond to your vibration. So the higher vibe I can get my vibration, the more amazing things are going to happen to me. When I was at that really low vibration, I had a really hard time. I also had, I was working on my root chakra, which is the worst one to have blocked, as you guys know. It can really have bad effects on what you're seeing. That's the problem with drugs and medications. They lower your vibration. Now I'm getting more and more high vibe. Shyla has told me to download this app that could measure your vibration. I did download it on my iPhone. It didn't work. I told my flame I needed to use his Google phone to download it, and he says it doesn't work. So I would love to at some point have some technology that could measure our vibrations in such a way. But I do know I'm somewhere vibrating around the heart to third eye frequency. I can feel it in my chakras. But we do have an EMF detector. I'll have to get it out with you guys one time with my flame, where we've measured our electricity healing, and you can actually measure those things. Like healers, they've put electrodes on healers' ears and they've felt that they just have a different kind of energy. So that's why I wanted to talk about real quick about what makes someone have that special kind of energy. It would be having an open heart chakra. When someone has their heart chakra completely open and is coming from a love-filled, love-centered place, it's just going to do amazing things for your energy. I had a really bad blocked every chakra throughout my life. Every chakra I've dealt with. But my heart chakra was the worst because I had a lot of grief and pain in my personal life. I had a death of a family member that really tore my whole family apart and caused a lot of pain. And as an empath, I was very around my family and I absorbed a lot of that pain. And I had, because of this illusion and believing the illusion and taking everything at face value, it caused a lot of unnecessary pain. But I still had to deal with that and get that out of my body. Even after I shift perspective and had my knowledge returned to me, I still had to deal with that. And it wasn't that pleasant But I mean, I can feel my heart chakra when I'm talking to you guys. It's something that's going to continue to expand. I believe that your third eye will just continue to expand too. It's not something that just opens and stops. So we're going to continue to work on these chakras. I'd say basically the chakra today is the heart chakra. You're going to want to always be on a love manifesting system. If I'm trying to manifest anything to happen with any kind of, I don't even know, any kind of hate, anxiety, whatever, any kind of lower emotion, and I'm trying to make something happen, it'll never happen. If I'm trying to consciously create something and I'm focused on love, it will happen. That's the key. So when you're trying to manifest anything, just be in love when you're doing it, and it will go amazing. You're going to find that if you have an open heart chakra, that the whole universe is going to align behind you to help you. I know that people have experienced when they weren't on their path, they weren't doing what they were supposed to, and the universe has a funny way of getting you to where you need to go. Sometimes it's not pleasant, whatever. So it's really a lot easier to go with the flow, to find out, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing next. Oh, this is how it's supposed to go. And it just makes it a lot easier. I'm learning how to like really jump into these energies and tell how to use each one. Right now we're in a calm in the storm, just to let you guys know. It should be nice and relaxing in a couple days till we go into the next energy storm. Oh, you know, end of the week. A couple days. So you should really be kind of relaxing and storing up your energy, because like right before the right before the elections, I told you guys to rest up. You guys should be resting up now. Your energy is going to be greatly needed later. So just really try to recharge. And let's see. Oh, my vibration is also going to affect how powerful I am as a healer, I believe. So every day I'm going to be a better healer because I'm raising my vibration. People that have like a low vibration aren't going to be very good at healing. So really just focus on everyone healing yourselves. That's where we're at now. We have so much to heal. Go ahead and type some questions. I'm going to get to them now. What are your thoughts on I can't even say this. I don't know what that is clearly. Turbinadio. I can't even say it. And honey. Well, honey is amazing. I don't know what the first one is. I would assume some kind of organic spice. You'll have to ask my flame on that, because he's like, we have different skill set. He's like an expert on anything holistic, like any kind of medications, any kind of like, you know, natural herbs. He's like an expert on it. That's his area. We have different areas of expertise, even though we merge our information together. But honey is amazing. It does amazing things for your immune system. We were talking last night because, you know, we're very like-minded. We can actually talk about this kind of stuff, which is amazing. That's why it's so amazing to have so many like-minded people on my page, because I feel like when I'm talking to people in the third dimension or my old friends, it's like talking to a brick wall. So honey's amazing. I think it's really horrific that they just sprayed for Zika in Miami, because we all know Zika is not real. It was made up. And they really used that as basically chemical weaponry. And it killed off a lot of bees. It was really bad for the bees. So I don't know if people are noticing. If the bees all die off, we will die. So I don't really think people understand what's going on a planetary level, but honey is amazing as in a medicine. There are lots of natural things that you can take as medicines. I take ginger every day as a medication instead of a real medication. There are many natural things that you can supplement these medications with. Honey would be one of them. It's really good for your immune system. It's good for colds. It will keep you healthy if you eat a little bit of honey every day. When I first started this awakening, I was really big on teas, as in like hot teas with honey. Teas are amazing for the body. They will help flush the toxins out. So definitely try some tea and honey. It's really the best thing you can do. We have a Keurig. I don't drink tea per se anymore. I drink iced tea. But it's really good for your body. Chamomile tea has many medicinal effects. It's really good for calming. I use chamomile in healing, as in I can calm people down, get rid of anxiety, a nice little calming chamomile. I'll think chamomile when I give someone energy, and it really has a calming effect. So chamomile is amazing. Try some chamomile and honey, and it will really help you sleep at night, especially with your melatonin hopefully everyone is taking. And I say everyone should be taking melatonin because melatonin and serotonin are regulated in the third eye. So if you have and then when your third eye is open, you make more melatonin anyway. So it's something most of you are making during the day without realizing it. It's just not making us tired anymore. But you really should have that good dose of melatonin on top of your melatonin because it will help make you more psychic and more aware. So really try to throw some melatonin in there too. But yes, I would drink some chamomile and honey before bed. Throw it in your green tea. It's amazing. My twin flame eats it with like everything. Overpopulation. Type some more questions. Yes, we're on a strict overpopulation agenda because people are using too much carbon. It has been decided by the elite. Maybe I should clarify because I said something about it in my video and it sounded like I'm okay with it. I'm not okay with killing off whole groups of people and deeming certain people as worthless because I believe we're all those undesirables. When you get to that point, when you're picking and choosing like, oh, maybe we'll go kill all the homeless people and people in prisons. When you get to that point and you start killing off like 98% of the population, who do you think that is? That's us. So we are those undesirables, but you have to understand that this is the third dimension is where free will is played out. So they can depend on our free will. So you have to go choose to get that flu shot. You have to choose to go take that medication. And I'm really sad that if you don't have that knowledge and you're just trusting these institutions, maybe it's time that you wake up and look a little deeper because they're not here to help you in any way. I assure you. Let's see. I see a lot of questions. That's good. Type some more. I'm on point. I feel good energetically. That's why I take time to recharge. I'm really weird. Like, I'll answer all of my comments really fast, and I'm really good about that. A lot of people know I'm always on Facebook most of the time. But I might take like a day or two to get back to messages because I get a lot of them. So it's really important that I have really good boundaries and recharge my energy as a healer, or I'm not going to be doing anyone any good. So I make sure that I like take weekends off, whatever. Like I just recharge myself. It's so important that you guys are recharging your own energy because I'm a firm believer that you only have a certain amount of energy per day and that you might need to go to sleep, that night to get some more. So just be really more careful what you're putting your energy into because there's just complete energy drains all around us. I haven't checked really what's going on politically. Who knows? I guess Trump's being briefed on aliens and portholes and UFOs. That should be great. But, there's these energy drains. I'm sure we'll see something with it soon. There's just these energy drains all around us. Turn on your television and chances are you're going to be sending all your energy to some Illuminati member somewhere. So just be really aware that there's complete energy drains everywhere, mainly on your news, and try to avoid them. Let's see. Yeah, turbino is unrefined sugar in the raw. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I don't know what it is, but I'm saying, yes, eat sugar in the raw. Sugar in the raw is actually okay for you. I pretty much eliminated all sugar from my diet, but if I was to go make a cup of tea or something, I will put sugar in the raw in it. I fought with my twin flame over this hard where he was eating a lot of sugar and sweet and low. And I happen to believe sweet and low will kill you, or any kind of artificial sweetener, aspartame, whatever. I don't know. It's not good for you. So we had many arguments over sugar. We now have sugar in the raw and many kinds of honey in our kitchen. So it's a win-win scenario. You still can eat the sweet. You can get Crohang, fill that sweet craving, but just do it in a more healthy way. And you're not going to really notice a big difference between the taste on white sugar and sugar in the raw, but your body's going to notice a huge difference. Sugar, as in white sugar, is very hard for our body to process. It is not good. Sugar in the raw is kind of like more natural. It's just a lot better. Sugar is your main culprit right now. Yes. It's funny too because I was doing like cards and someone pulled a card on me and it said to go see a nutritionist and it said to go see a nutritionist and to eat better. So that's what I'm preaching all the time. Are you kidding me? If I could afford to, I would eat sushi every day personally. Maybe not after the Japan thing yesterday, but usually I will pretty much try to stick to healthy food. So I'm very careful about what I put in my body because I know that food is the key to healing my body and transforming myself. And I'm really on a hard mission here. I died 5 times and I came back every time. I really had tested the barrier between life and death here, okay? So I really went through a lot of really crazy experiences, and I did a lot of damage to my physical body as well as my astral body. So now I heal myself. Me and my twin flame heal me, and we're healing each other. And it's something I'm very serious about. So the best thing I can do for my body to treat it good is to give it good food now. And it's really going to affect the vibration. It's really sad that normally I would tell you guys, oh, you should be eating fruits and vegetables, right? But honestly, I see the tomato in my kitchen, and I know something in it is my body's telling me not to eat that stuff. My body's telling me not to eat that stuff. Now, that's how dangerous kind of things are right now. Whereas you should be eating those kind of things. Now it's a little bit iffy because of the seeds and what's going on with our food. Just your body will tell you what it wants. Your body, you know what you like and don't like. You already have a really good built-in conscious, and you really just are aware more of what your body likes than me. What works for me might not work for you, but just try to eat healthier, because food is your energy source. So if I can eat high vibe food, I'm going to be more high vibe. Oh my god, how about I tell you about, what's it called? Panda Express. So, okay, me and my twin flame and his friend went to Panda Express because it opened right down the street from my house, which is pretty disgusting. I don't even want to tell the story. But it opened down the street from my house, and there was like this huge line, and it was supposed to be this fast food Chinese, and it was going to be great, right? So we went and got this fast food Chinese, and we ate it, and I could barely even eat it. It was so disgusting. But like, his friend got really sick. We went to this fire after. He was like throwing up the whole time, okay? And me and my flame just felt really sick, like, ugh, like low energy, sick, like throwing up, taking a nap maybe. If you put any kind of low vibration food into your body, it's gonna make you feel like sluggish, tired. It's gonna make you feel sick. You're not gonna feel great. If you can put anything high vibe in your body, you're just gonna, you're gonna feel so much better. And what is high vibe food? That is food with a lot of water content. A high water content, anything grown in source energy. What's gonna have a low vibration will be meat. It's gonna have real low vibration. Like McDonald's, that has no vibration. That is actually made out of, the buns and stuff are made out of the same material as my yoga mat. I think I'm about to go get it to show you guys. Like, you know, the plastic yoga mat, the foam, that's what McDonald's food is actually made of. So if you're going to be eating that, it's going to have a really bad effect on your body. Just really start to pay more attention to what you're putting in your body, because we're learning self-love. We're learning self-love. We're learning how to love ourselves with all of our flaws, perceived flaws, because anything that's perceived in the negative has a positive trait to go with it. Let's see. Yeah, it's good to eat a plant-based diet. I love people living off grid and growing their own food. I think it's amazing. It's really amazing to eat plants because they're grown in that source energy, and that's what we're really thriving for. I look forward to a time when I won't need food and I'll only be surviving on source energy. That's my goal. That's what I'm trying to work on. But till then, I know it's so important that I can just pretty much ruin everything by eating the wrong food. So it's really a physical process, and you need your bodies. Meat is still good for you. It does have proteins, fats, and vitamin B, as I mentioned. It's very hard to go completely meat-free and still be healthy. I see a lot of people, like my friend Melina, who's very sick inside. Her body is very sick, and I keep telling her that. I can see it in the circles under her eyes, energetically. I think it's amazing. I know that we have this compassion and that we need to do something about animals, and it's amazing, but we really do. It's really sickening if you see how our food is prepared, where these animals are kept, the stuff they're injected with, to think of us eating this stuff. So I do eat meat, but I eat very limited meat. I will tell you, I'm very picky about what I eat, because I know that these animals are being shot up with all this stuff. You don't want that in your body. Why do you think they are being prepared like that? So food is being used as a weapon against us right now. It's really important to just educate yourself and become aware of what is safe for you to eat and not eat. Your body will pretty much tell you. Type some more questions. I'm trying to get past this sugar thing. Yeah, Okay, I just put a post up where it says basically sugar's more addictive than any other drug. I believe that. I really do. What do you drink? I'm drinking iced tea, like Arizona iced tea, out of the can because they are always out of it at Walmart. I drink water or iced tea mainly. Like that's just pretty much what I live on. It's just what my body reacts good to. So I would recommend everyone drinking water. I pretty much hate water though, so I limit that too. But really, water is the best thing for you. And throw some lemon in it if you can. Let's see. Yoga mats are delicious. Oh yeah. Yoga mats. You get a stomach ache. Yeah. So, and it's just like, it will just deplete your energy. Just the cleaner that you can eat, you're looking to improve your energy. It's just very energetically draining, any way you look at it, being in this dimension. So you really just want you want your body to be as healthy as possible. And we're also trying to unlock DNA strands, so that can require repairing your DNA. So just really be careful about what you're doing to your body now. Almonds. Let's see. Hi, Nick. Oh, how should it be? Oh, a grid. You progress. Please hold for my complete self. Yes, can you hold on a minute? I have to go get my higher self. How much longer are you live until? Well, I was just looking at the clock. I had to go to work today, so probably like half an hour. I don't know how long I've been live yet. Probably like half an hour. Let me see. I'm trying to get to these questions. What causes an overactive thyroid? Well, I don't know, because I was told when I was younger that maybe after I had cancer, maybe I had cancer in my thyroid or a thyroid problem. So as I recall, I think it was in your chest. That would be more like a heart chakra problem. And as you recall, when you open your heart chakra, it's going to expand. So medically, I'll just tell you, doctors don't know shit about the gland systems. They don't know anything about the third eye, pituitary gland, thyroid, whatever. They don't even really know what they do. So if you're going to a doctor and trusting them when they tell you have an enlarged thyroid, you might want to get a second opinion or consult someone else. I'll be one to tell you that's your heart chakra expanding. I can physically feel it right now. So work on letting go of any grief, any pain, because that grief is an illusion. I know it felt very real when you were experiencing it, but your family member is very accessible now. You also have some throat chakra problems, heart and throat. So really work on speaking the truth. Drink more tea, drink some honey, drink more water, drink hot beverages to try to help open that throat chakra. I'm taking out a little bit of that block for you, but just still keep working at it. Drink hot things, put some lemon in your drinks, and just become really aware of it. You have under eye circles. I mean, to an extent, probably everyone does, but I can just tell looking at this person that they're getting sicker. They're not very healthy. I can tell by pretty much looking at a lot of people what's wrong with them on an energetic level and a health level. So it's just something I have a lot of experience in, and I'm still learning with it like all of you guys. I think that so many of us are just unlocking like our potential and our skill set and what we're meant to be doing. It's just something that I can pretty much assess, kind of like just reading that comment. I could feel the 2 blocks I was just talking about. Cosmic makeover. We would start a reality show like The Swan, but for consciousness and enlightened people. Yes, I think it would be really amazing to do some kind of like consciousness shows. I think that everything's going to shift, like the music, television, and anything, everything and anything is going to have to shift. So that's why I tell everyone to start to make these shifts in their life, because if we want to do this on a collective level as a whole, we really all have to come together. So the best place to start is in your own life. And you can just really make these amazing shifts. I think it's really amazing. The same people I see watching my stuff and connecting to me, it's really amazing to have real connections, because for so long I feel like all my past connections were fake. They weren't real. They were part of the illusion. I had this illusion I had so many friends. So it's really an amazing experience. it's amazing for me to be watching everyone else growing too. Everyone else on this path growing, evolving. We're evolving past our old selves. Like, we're not those people anymore. We're evolving. We're turning into a new species of humans, Homo luminous. So we're really evolving, and we're gonna do this. So I think it's amazing. I think I'm on the same mission as Shiloh, where she said she's here to wake up everyone. I was thinking that this morning when I brought my dog out. She's here to wake up everyone. I guess I am too. So we're all kind of on the same mission. It's just like we're all just kind of figuring it out, and it's really amazing. You know, you have to pee. Tea. Yeah, tea. I know. It makes you really thirsty. I don't know why. Maybe it's the CBD I take. It might be a mix of like the CBD, the channeling. On that note, anyone who does have any kind of health problems, I found this miracle cure-all called CBD, and there's a list of like 50 different things it could treat. So it's really amazing. Anyone who wants some more information can go look at my site, sparksofdivinelighealing.com. We do like a chakra opening service where we'll take out any blocks in all your chakras, and we do readings. So if you want to check it out, sparksofdivinelighealing.com. Hi, David. I was just saying too that us light workers, we are the people that were judged, broken, left behind. We were those people. We played those roles for the greater good of all. And it's really amazing to see the strength that so many of us have now. David, you have an amazing strength. Like an amazing strength from conquering your own darkness, and you survived, and it's amazing. And now you really are at a place where you can just create whatever you want. Your future's so bright and amazing. It's such a game changer when we can free ourselves from whatever is keeping us trapped here. Whatever it may be, I'm sure you can look at your life and be like, this is trapping me there. This is a soul trap. It will keep me stuck another life here. And we really just have to liberate ourselves from these things, because we just want something more at this point. Like, there's something more. Like for so long I knew there's something more. Well, there really is. There is something more. You can really tap into this stuff. So I really think that spirituality pays in a sense where it's not like a material thing, but you would have never been happy if you went down that road anyway. You could have as much money as you ever wanted. It would never ultimately make you happy. This is something that is going to fill that void in you. And it's really amazing. So to be able to integrate your body with your spiritual self, it's amazing. Lisa, you're a limited meat eater. That's good. Just because of the stuff injected into it. Okay. People, just to squash this, people are supposed to eat meat. Like, I know they say in the Bible that you have these plants and you weren't supposed to eat meat. We were. But we weren't supposed to eat meat in the same way that we have it pushed on us, like, you know, everywhere. We're supposed to eat limited meat. And these animals are not supposed to be being raised and killed in fear. That's the thing. So we're eating that fear energy. So it's just really bad for your body. Maybe if they really did have compassionate things where our food was prepared, where it was more compassionate, it wasn't like straight, like, I don't know. It's just different. Like, it just became not a good thing at some point. I don't know. Maybe everything came like that. Like, just became like not so good anymore. Maybe things were all right and they became not so good, or maybe they were always screwed up. I don't really know. Maybe I'm not old enough to know that. But at some point, we had to look around and be like, do I want to eat that food? Like, I was watching some really disturbing videos on how our food is really prepared. And so I personally can't get rid of meat completely out of my diet. I burn way too much vitamin B and protein. But anyone that can, I would highly recommend looking into that. I like your alien top. Me too. Me too. I have to change when I go to work, but yes. So I like going into the matrix with things like this on too, because I think that probably people look at me like, like people look at me like, no, I think it might trigger some stuff in people, just maybe seeing the random shirt. I don't know. So I'm kind of weird. Let me see. Let me see where we're at. Okay. How can I open myself up to feel my late twin flame? well, you're late as in die. That's a soul family member. That's someone in your soul group, and they came to teach us very painful lessons about loss, separation. They're very evolved souls. So whenever someone dies, they're with you anyway. Like the other realm, there are several, but it's right here. So they're very accessible now. It's kind of like with me. If my twin flame's thinking about me right now, I could tell. I can tune into people. I don't need a phone. I don't need Facebook. I can tune into a lot of you guys. I can tell when someone needs me. I can just tell like that. Well, it's sort of like that with the other realm because they're very into telepathy, so your loved ones can read your mind and they can tell when you're thinking about them. So I know it feels like, how can I get them to tune into me? They already are. It's us who aren't paying attention to that. So really open your eyes, start to recognize the signs. Anyone who wants to have more contact with the other realm, there's a really good book called Wake Me Up. It's about this girl whose boyfriend died. They were twin flames. His twin flame died and they carried on their relationship from the other realm. So there really are ways to do that. So just know that they're around you and they're helping you now. Like, that's who helps us manifest our future until we get good enough to do it ourselves. Our family and our ancestors are helping us. So you will see your soul family again. You're going to be reunited later. He was teaching you about love so that you could open your heart chakra for your twin flame. But it had a reverse effect. You have now blocked your heart chakra with this grief, and that's blocking you from finding love. So you have to get over this grief, and you have to heal your heart chakra so that you can open it up for love. That's the best advice I can give you. Just read up on the heart chakra and become more aware of it. Ugh, work. Prison planet. Juicing and eating raw was very spiritual for me. Something very cleansing for your soul. Yeah, we need to clean out our body. This is a process where we're cleaning emotions out of our body, and emotions are stored in our intestines. So that's why a lot of people get very physically sick ascending, me included. So it can be a very physical process. So I know a lot of people that go on like a raw diet, or people that want to clean out their body. They could just eat a banana every day and do like a 3-day cleanse, and it's really amazing for them. And you're aware of what makes your stomach hurt and what doesn't. Yeah, my body, I can completely tell what foods agree with me and don't agree with me. Hi, Annie, you're welcome. So Robin, something amazing happened today as you predicted. Me and my husband going to get together again this December. It's confirmed today. Thank you so much for giving me the strength. Yes, you definitely are going to get back together. You're going to be reunited. He's been working so hard to get you there. And it's really amazing. We lose hope sometimes. We're our own worst enemies. We lose hope. We think it's hopeless. Our ego, that fear and anxiety, it'll just feed you all day long with it. That voice in your head is not you. It never has been you. We're trying to break free from that voice in our head. Everything is really going to be all right, and you're exactly where you should be. Now when you're reunited later, it will be amazing. You guys will be one again, and you'll have a much deeper appreciation for each other. So everyone really is exactly where they should be. Even me a few years ago when I was in dark places, I was exactly where I should have been. Now I'm like an expert on the shadow realm and in these dark places. And I don't really tell a lot of people that, but I kind of have like a lot of experience in it now. So you really chose to go through these experiences for whatever reason. Have faith, because everything's changing. Whereas in the past, we didn't have any control and it was hopeless and it was very dark. We're entering a period of light. Things are getting better. Things are just better. Do you notice the sky is just better? I just went outside and it looks so beautiful. I just had a really lovely moment with the sky. It looks amazing and beautiful. I thought it was for me. You're just going to notice that everything is getting better and the whole universe is helping you now. Whereas it might have been you were fighting it and pushing you around and kind of like getting kicked around like a hamster. It's kind of like it should be relaxing and calming now that even though we're going through these storms and things are happening faster, we're able to do so much more. And we have so much more control. We're now powerful. We're now strong. Whereas it felt like we're the opposite. Desperately searching for something is the absolute worst way to find it. Sit back and relax. Yes, what we do, we don't have to go search for our flame. We don't have to go find anything. We can actually adjust our vibration, and our vibration will draw these things to us. Much like I am drawing people to me that I can help in some way. We're like powerful magnets. So the best way to do would be, if you want something done, is to sit and manifest it. And it will just draw to you. What happens if you have dark circles under your eyes and you don't eat red meat? You need vitamin B immediately. I'm about to go get the bottle. You need a complex vitamin B though. As in it has every vitamin B in it, the one vitamin, like a complex vitamin B it's called. Immediately, you also need to put some kind of fat into your diet. You can either eat olive oil, like a tablespoon a day, or a tablespoon a day of coconut oil. And those are pretty much the two things you need. So vitamin B immediately. That is what you guys are not getting from meat. I know you guys think, oh, I just need protein. I'll go eat some cheese or beans or whatever, or some peanut butter. No. That's not what you're missing, not protein. It's actually vitamin B and it can kill you. So vitamin B also is going to regulate your energy. If I don't take a vitamin B every day, I feel kind of tired. I don't know. I mean, I forgot to take it yesterday. I'm just going to feel a little like more tired. It's going to give you energy. So you're just feeling like drained of energy. Just throw a vitamin B complex in there, and a pretty good one. They're really cheap too. Oh, and everyone's probably figuring out by now that you should be taking the gummy multivitamins. Like I take 2 every day of the regular women's multivitamin gummy, and I take 2 of the vitamin D kind, because as you know, chemtrails, we haven't been getting sun for a very long time. So everyone's a little vitamin D deficient. So you should probably look into, if you're a guy, taking 2 of the gummy guy kind and the vitamin D kind. So we're trying to regulate our bodies. Most enlightened people don't watch TV. I do watch ID Discovery when I'm trying to not use my brain in any capacity. That's pretty much the only TV I watch. And I watch what we call space news, which is we watch current events in 3D, unfolding in 3D. So yeah, but I would recommend everyone unplugging from television. It's basically mind control, and it's not very good. Yeah, your kids are watching Atlantis. That's amazing. All kids should be watching like spirit science stuff. CBD is awesome. sparksofdivinelightshealing.com. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff on there. I happen to know that for a fact because I was trying to find this egg story I had up there, and it took me forever to like go through all the pages and find it. So I do have a lot of information spread out on that site. There's like little tabs and you can go look, but just a lot of writing I did about my experiences and what I've learned. So I put a lot of stuff in there. It's probably easier to read some of it than to get information out of my videos. Your childhood, you were bullied and you had a hard childhood. Maybe you're going to help people that are bullied then. A lot of these experiences that we didn't like going through, that's what we're going to do ultimately. So now you're like for the underdog. So it taught you something very important. What if I told you that you were the bully your last life? You were those bullies, both of them, or whatever. So this life, you had to come back as the victim because you were the perpetrator. So I bet you won't bully people anymore. This is how we learn these hard lessons. So we go through these crazy experiences, and they're to help us evolve and grow. Emojis. I'm about to put some up too. Emojis. Oh. You're at a shopping center and you feel your energy drained. I think it's a total energy drain to go into Walmart. But remember, like I know people talk about energy vampires, and I have very real experiences with that, but no one can take your energy. We give it away. Like I know people are like, oh, I'm about to go to work and my vampire boss will definitely drain all my energy every drop. But I'm choosing to go there and give my energy to that. So just be more cautious of what you're choosing to give your energy to. So because we can't really get drained energetically like that. We choose to give away our energy. We're just not being very careful with it. Are you going to be alone forever, Mike? No. But you're going to find real love by amping up the self-love, because that's how you're going to attract real love. Bullies, make them laugh. Make them laugh. I agree with making everyone laugh in some capacity. We all just need really to get back to living from a heart-centered place and to finding our joy and our love in whatever that is. Like, I know people can get so wrapped up in things that we forget to have fun here. We're supposed to be having fun. We're supposed to be laughing, singing, dancing, and having fun, quote unquote, because God likes to play with its creations. It doesn't like to be miserable and whatever. We're supposed to be having a really good time. So I'm gonna let you guys go on that note, but I just want to let you know that it's ideal for manifesting right now. It's ideal for dreaming, and to really start to let go of anything that is holding you here, let go of anyone and anything not serving you. You know that these relationships are what's sucking your energy dry. It's not everything around you, it's your personal relationships. So anyone who makes you feel drained, like if you're around someone and you feel energetically drained after, get them out of your life. Like, I don't care if it's your, oh, my flame's mom. Get them out of your life. It's for your own good. People should be making you feel uplifted and, higher vibe. Hang out with those kind of people that are uplifting you and making you feel good. People that are making you feel bad or depleted energetically, they're not serving you. Your body doesn't lie. It picks up on vibrations. So I'm going to let you guys go. Stay high vibe and love and light, and I'll be back tomorrow.